You're listening to On the Edge with Sonji. You're listening to On the Edge with Sonji. You're listening to On the Edge with Sonji. You're listening to On the Edge with Sonji.
Welcome, everybody on the Edge with Sonji.
With T.
Majestic Rob right here.
And we got a special guest in the building. This calling in.
This is Lee.
Oh my
Old school
goodness.
study bed.
Yo, it's pimping.
Welcome, Lee. That was some seductrous voice there.
Oh,
Sound like Barry White.
Yo, it's straight pimping.
What kind of
He's pimping.
background you got going on, Lee?
Well, we not even gonna get into that yet. But if you want to.
Yeah, I want to answer that.
It sounded a little
What you
sexy.
mean background?
He sound like he got some candles burning, like low.
That kind of background.
Well,
Somebody's headset is going into the mic. But go ahead.
man, I remember my studio, so yeah, I got the lights turned down low. Yeah.
Okay.
Got the lights turned down.
Right. He giving me the ambiance is like.
Well, guess what? I'm kind of glad he
and
got
sexy.
that going on. We need to see you, Lee. You should call in, but through the thing. But we don't know what your sound gonna be like. But anyway, I got something for y'all. Guess what Monday this is?
What Monday is it?
What it is.
Is No Rebound Monday. Hashtag cuffing season.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Was cuffing season.
Who's cuffing and
But it's
cuffing
like
and
we
cuffing?
talked about Lee last week. Week before last we talked about rebounding and most people's relationships. They got into it by rebound. You know, they not out with the old and with the new without any healing or anything like that going on, right? And guess what? Cuffing season is the time when people do it because they try and be warm and Karen's on. They try and get up. Is that mine, y'all?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's-
Okay. They trying to get up. They trying to get up under the covers and be real warm with people. And you know, you want to pick somebody that you can stand to look at. You know, for the whole winter. But I know I'm being ignorant. But at the same time, looks ain't everything. So it may be cuffing season. But you know, you better watch. You still got what we talked about. You still got to have a good picker, right?
Yes. Make sure you're picking
Yes,
that off.
indeed.
Right.
Yeah, make sure your picker is not off. We wanted to talk about that too. But guess what? I'm gonna play this first clip, right? Because you know the clips always make people happy for some reason, and I'm gonna play it. This one is pretty unique. It's kind of hard on the guys a little bit. It's ladies' night. Here we go.
If I was communicating passively, if I was numbing out on my phone, she let me know. You want to know the worst part about how she let me know she was upset? She did it clearly.
What happened?
You and your mic, Sonji.
No, I don't know what happened to my sound. Where did he go? All right. I don't know where he went at, Lee, and I don't even know if Lee, we're going to have to bring you up to speed. Okay, here we go.
Kept me from taking responsibility for my actions and my attitude toward the marriage. The biggest gift you can have
just a little bit.
is an angry wife clearly sharing what you're doing that's frustrating her. The moment you work through your pride and embrace growth, your angry wife will go away. And you can become a completely transformed man. Does your wife bother you? Mine does. Well, she used to. Here's why. She just wouldn't leave me alone. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. If I was emotionally checked out, if I was communicating passively, if I was numbing out on my phone, she let me know. And you want to know the worst part about how she let me know she was upset? She did it clearly and directly. I never had to guess what she was feeling. And here's why that bothered me so much. I hadn't created the emotional capacity to receive her frustration. The more upset she got, the more I shut down. It wasn't until we were on the brink of divorce that I realized that her frustration with me was not the problem we were facing in our marriage. It was my emotional immaturity and my ego kept me from taking responsibility for my actions and my attitude toward the marriage. The biggest gift you can have is an angry wife clearly sharing what you're doing that's frustrating her. The moment you work through your pride and embrace growth, your angry wife will go away. And you can become a completely transformed man.
All right, guys, that's the first clip. I don't think that's mine, y'all. I think that's one of y'all's. I'll turn y'all mics down a little bit. All right, so pretty much what did you, the clip was just talking about the gentleman with his wife and how he handled her emotionally. Did you hear any of it, Lee?
No, I did not.
Okay, no problem.
I was trying now.
Huh?
I said, I was trying real hard, but it was real so teeny low.
No,
so
I know because you're on the Bluetooth and so was this on the Bluetooth. So pretty much what did y'all have any bullet points that y'all wanted to talk about in regards to that?
Communication was the clear indicator that there was issues, and she was able to communicate to him effectively so that he could course correct. But he knew that he was aware that his pride and ego was standing in the way.
So what I appreciate about the clip, Lee, was the fact that he pointed out her strengths, right? Mm-hmm. And he pointed out his weaknesses. And he didn't make her into the person that was wrong, because all she was trying to do is share her frustration and her emotions. So what sometimes happens when it could be a male or a female, it doesn't really matter, but I do know that when women share our frustrations, it comes off a little different to men. Like I could share my frustrations to T about this daggone whistling in this daggone mic. And Lee will be like, I wish I was there because I would fix Would you say Lee would be like, I wish I was there because I would fix it for you, which is good that he wants to fix the problem, you know what I mean? But sometimes you can't fix the problem, if that makes sense.
It do make sense. I have found that sometimes women will express their issues or their emotions, whatever, not really looking for a fix or an answer, but just a simply vent. A simple vent.
A simple.
And so that's what us men, we want to fix everything. We want to try to fix whatever's going on. We want to try to fix it. That's just who we are.
Well, I'm about to be ignorant.
And some women don't want you to just fix everything when they have a problem. They just want to know that you are
aware of the problem.
Right. Aware.
That is true. That is very, very true. Very true.
I'm about to be ignorant. Fix yourself.
Hello.
He said, because this is what I liked about what the gentleman said. He did work on fixing himself. He said, like you said, I wrote down he was working on his pride because of her being frustrated about whatever she was trying to express to him. She was frustrated. Mm-hmm. Right? And a lot of times women be afraid to go to their man and express themselves emotionally because it's going to cause more emotional damage at the end, because by the time you finish getting it out, which you'll be interrupted like 15 times before you get your frustration out. Like the first key is, baby, I'm frustrated. That means just listen. What y'all think?
Yeah, I was about to say that next. Yeah. She just want him to listen.
I agree with that.
So she can vent all she want to.
Because I heard a clip earlier today. It was too funny. It was like, it just reminded of me and my relationship, because it was stick people, and the guy wasn't the right this time, right? Because she did pause a long time. I'm like, it wasn't like it was like, and then when he said, what are you frustrated about? Let me finish.
Wow.
That's my key word, right? Let me finish. You ain't let me talk. He was like, but I did let you talk. You paused. And it was a long pause. It wasn't no short pause. It was a long pause, right? And so the guy felt like he was damned if he do, damned if he don't. But all he had to do was just not say nothing at all. And then when he didn't say anything, she was like, so you're not going to say anything?
She probably felt like he really wasn't listening then if he didn't say nothing.
Because she was so used to him interrupting, but he wasn't interrupting in a bad way. He was, sometimes I think, and T, you can piggyback on this, that sometimes they may say stuff just to pretend that they're listening, and that's why women be like, so they be like, oh, you're frustrated, and just saying it just to pretend that they're being attentive. So, but they're not. What you think, T?
Then you go like, did you hear me? And you say, yeah, but what did I say? And then you said, and you can't recall what was said because you wasn't listening. This is a trick bag. Like, whenever she tell you, when she ever does that to you, is that she already know the answer to the question. You gonna walk yourself right into it. Like,
that mess is hilarious.
Yes.
I'll do that. I'll fall asleep on you in a minute. If you don't want me to interrupt you, please don't talk over 30 minutes because I'm going to sleep. Because I'm like, I do everything in me. And it's rude. I believe that it's rude. I don't do it on purpose. But I'm taking everything in me to not interrupt. So that takes me down to a extreme calm. Like, comatose calm. Like, in a couple minutes, I'm going to be asleep because you're like,
oh yeah, I'm gonna check out. First of all, because I don't want to hear it. Like, women do check out, man. I know. I'm gonna check out. Like, it's Charlie Brown. Womp, 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 womp. So again, I get it when you guys check out because again, we do too. We do. Like, I don't want to hear this today. Like, okay, but if you're so used to her speaking and communicating in a fashion that she's always the one initiating the conversations, then it's a little different. Mm-hmm. But at the same token, yeah, we check out like, what are you talking about? Like, I didn't hear you. Oh. I know for me, I can't speak for nobody else. Like, what did you say again? Repeat that, because I already know that I didn't hear nothing you said.
I apologize. I feel like, listen, I'm sorry. I heard it. It was sounding real good. It put me to sleep. It was like a lullaby.
I was like, repeat that, please.
And good night.
And I think that's the whole key. Mm-hmm. I think that when the women are talking for a long time, I think that if the men are really listening to understand, then we can repeat back what you say and all that. But if we're only listening or we just hearing and waiting for our turn to talk, and that's vice versa, right? Then yeah, we're gonna miss it. We're gonna fall asleep. We're gonna miss the whole boat.
I like
but
that.
if we listen to really get and understand that, no matter how long it takes, if we're really in tune and listening to get an understanding, then that will make a big difference.
Well, she just need to pause.
Women talk so long though.
Right.
She just need to pause sometimes.
Said we need to pause.
Exactly. Yep.
So she would know that he's following up with what she's saying.
How about if he can't comprehend? Like,
how about I don't even care. Right. Like, at this point, he
not understanding. It's just I want to say what I want to say, and I want to do what I want to do.
You know, just to be on the edge.
It's not. I just want you to just be there in the moment, not like.
Don't nobody want that.
I don't want to be there in the moment.
I'm inclined.
Go get a puppy.
I'm inclined to believe that.
I'm being on the edge.
I'm inclined to believe that because of what I have experienced and what I've seen, women can give a whole paragraph,
right,
and want us to listen, don't interrupt, just wait till they finish. But the minute the men do one sentence,
we sleep.
That hits the point, she's jumping in.
Because I don't
think that's fair.
That's true.
At the end of the day, we
sometimes it's not fair.
Because it's not a battle of the wits. It's like y'all think it's a competition. We don't want to hear that foolishness. It's like if I'm talking about baking cakes and then you switch the subject to something else, you're not paying attention to me. I want you to talk about these cakes I'm talking about. Tell me what kind you want. Lemon, if
But
you
see,
want
here's the thing. Here's the thing.
yellow.
Women, when they're talking and they're expressing themselves, they're talking and expressing from emotions. Whereas most of the time, men are talking and are expressing from logic, and there's a big difference.
Well, we
And that's
understand
where
that.
it
But
That's a big difference.
That's
I don't
the
wanna
story.
hear it. I don't want to hear that.
That
I
is a
don't wanna
big
hear
difference.
it. I
That's
don't
the
wanna
story
hear it.
that they want to communicate.
Yeah, leave
that
us
make it
alone.
seem like, oh, we're overly
playing.
emotional and not logical. That's not true.
We logical too.
No,
the
no,
thing
no.
is,
That
Yeah,
is
women is
that is
logical.
statistically true.
It
Yes, that is
depends. It
statistically
depends
true.
on what her passion is.
We want
so,
y'all to be
So
both.
again, as a logical woman that I am, I'm not gonna spew off of emotions because nothing is built really off of emotions. It facts over feelings. So again, the logical side of me is gonna say, hey, let's talk about it. Let's
Okay. Now you may
think
be
this
logical.
through.
You may
So
you may
again,
be
all women. Again, how many women you been with,
I
Lee?
think sometimes.
well, here's the
Okay.
thing.
I
Here's the
think
thing. We're
sometimes
not.
it
We're
depends
not.
on
We're not
what's
talking
going on with
about
the woman.
logic at this point, right? At this point, we're talking about
What's going
emotional frustration. If you're frustrated and it's emotional frustration, a lot of logic is not going to make sense. But what I did appreciate what the man said about his wife is she was able to explain to him what her issues were clearly.
Because she was being logical and he was being emotional.
Exactly. So what he had to do is take it down a couple of notches because one thing I believe, and I'm gonna let you guys
So what
speak.
what he
I'm gonna
saying?
let you guys speak, but one thing that I believe, and I'm gonna let y'all speak one by one, is when you find out that your wife or your significant other is frustrated about something, you automatically take an offense to it. So number one, you explain to me how do you feel when your significant other is frustrated, Majestic Ra? Do you take it? Do you become offended by it, or feel as though
I
it's
mean,
an attack towards you?
no, I take the time out to listen, and see where she's coming from.
Well, Majestic Ra, I don't like your shirt. I don't like the color. It don't match nothing on the set. You frustrating me because you got that shirt. It don't got no print on it. You know daggone well use a printer. You supposed to be showing your art. And you don't got no print on it. I don't like it. It don't match the set. It don't match my clothes.
And I'm gonna be like, well, hey, I mean, that's fine. You don't like it. You just don't like it. And then, hey,
Yeah.
You're frustrating me. Could you change it?
That's a you
I don't
problem.
know. Right. I don't know about changing it.
This
just
is the
because you
point
don't like it.
That I'm
Even though you
making.
might be my partner, but still.
Take that mess off, man. It's frustrating me. I don't want to see it no more. Next time you come in here, you gonna lead with yellows
That
and
sound a little
everything
controlling.
that is
Yeah.
no.
that's-
But hear me out, and you're going to wear the colors that is affiliated with our set. That's my frustration. Now this is a direct frustration, right? How do you handle that?
Like I said.
For one,
Oh, you go ahead.
go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say what I said already. If she don't like it, she just don't like it. I mean,
Exactly, but it could
I
be.
won't get offended by it.
But you are offended by it. Right now, you are
you want me
offended
to?
by it.
Okay.
You are right.
Okay,
No, I'm saying
let's-
you are
I
because
get
you
what
don't
you're saying.
understand
I
where
get
I'm
what you're
coming from with it because it doesn't make no sense to you because it's not logical. You follow me? She's just
Okay.
frustrated and emotional. Now you got to figure out what she's really upset about. What you think, Lee?
Oh,
It ain't the
And
shirt.
you're right.
I got
You're
you.
right. You're right. You're right. The root of it is definitely not the shirt. It's just that
There's something else going on
you are right
upstairs.
there. You're right there, and whatever she's frustrated about, it's just coming out at you. And that shirt just kind of like highlights it. But yeah, the shirt was definitely not be the root. So I would,
Or it
if
could be
that was
related
me,
to the problem.
It could be, if she came at me with that, I would say, well, look, okay, well, that I've had this shirt, so apparently this ain't the issue. So what's going on?
What's really
Because
going on here?
you know that I like this shirt, and if you care about me and what I like, then you would let me wear this shirt. So really, what's going on?
What's really going on?
Yeah.
What's really going on? She's
I got
frustrated. So
another
sometimes
thing.
the frustration may not be what you think it is. So you can't always assume.
Yeah, I can
And
pick
that's
up
why-
on that sometimes
Right.
because
And
especially
it's
if it don't make
unfortunate.
sense,
It's
you know
unfortunate.
it's got to be something,
So
behind
question.
Go ahead.
My question
T.
is, what if he just went ahead and changed the shirt and didn't say anything?
that.
Then
what
she
gonna
would
do
say
then?
something else because
That's
it
What's
wasn't
next?
the root of the
right. That's
That's why
what
I said
I'm
it
saying.
wasn't the
Next.
root of the problem at all.
Okay. So she just having a you problem.
Well,
basically.
she's frustrated, and it's never a you problem when you're in a couple. It's a us problem.
Clearly, it's not the
Because-
shirt. It's
Well,
clearly she's frustrated
right.
because whatever she is frustrated about, because it seems a little bit more controlling
Well,
than being in a partnership.
it's because people do not know how to handle their frustrations. Now, this woman
she
here,
had to
She
take
sound
it
like
out
she
on
needs a
somebody.
therapist.
the other woman was clear and she was concise about what her issues was, and it still hurt his pride, right? But you got somebody that, and men and women do it all the time, could be upset about one other thing, and it doesn't take much for them to be upset with you, and you didn't do a darn thing.
That's
you
true.
know what I
It's
mean?
deflection, but at the same token,
Exactly.
it's deflection. And my whole thing is like, again, what if Majestic Raw, him and I say I don't like the shirt you got on, this, that, and the third. We supposed to be somewhere by 9:30, and you got this old ugly shirt on.
Now that's
And
real. That's clear and
so-
concise.
What happens when it's really not about the shirt? He go change the shirt, and then by the time we get in the car to go to the destination, it went to. You should have changed the shoes
It's a
as
level
well.
10, a level 10.
Well, I didn't change the shirt. You only said something
about
about
to
the
say, it's
shirt.
gonna
You
be
didn't even
something
say
else.
anything about the shoes. So clearly, her dysregulation is really not him.
Well, what I'm
It seemed
saying
like
is,
something. We agree that something else is going on.
It's
However, is it really something based on our relationship and not something that's in her internal
exactly.
being?
And like
And
you
that's
said,
up to
it's
you
a
guys
you,
to figure
it's a
that
you
out.
problem because she needs
She
to
needs to figure it
communicate
out.
that better than just venting it out on you.
Yeah.
You get,
I don't think it's a you problem, period, because I believe
if she
that
don't know how to communicate
I
what's the real problem, what's
Well,
the real issue?
that's your job to figure it out. You chose this mate.
Nah, see,
Now hear me
nah.
out. You chose this mate. You claim you love this person, right? So, what would you do, Lee?
Well, first, I disagree with what you just said. It's not his job to figure it out. No, that's not it. And see, that's one of the problems right there. So many times, women expect men to already know or to figure it out. Well, you should know me by now. If you love me, you would know what's going. But
I don't
that's
mean
not
that
the
way.
case.
I don't mean to
Okay.
figure it out that way. I mean have the
Okay.
conversation. It's like don't assume. Like so, what
But
T
no,
what T
but
said
see,
what T
but-
said earlier about the shoes. It's like
But she clearly
but-
stated
she
that the
said
problem
shoes was the shirt. But hold up,
was the shirt.
She said the shoes. The problem was the shirt, right? And this is all hypothetical, right? And I'm gonna let you finish, Lee. But when she said about the shoes, it's like okay, if somebody said something to me like Sonji, if my significant other said, and this has happened, and he didn't say anything, right? I wish he would have, because when I got to the event, my skirt was see-through, and it was a church event.
Well,
So what I'm saying is like, if he says, okay, Sonji, I don't think that skirt is appropriate, right? Because this is a church event and it's a minister, but even though it's a couples event, I can see through your skirt. I'm gonna say, what do you recommend? Because at the end of the day, if my skirt is off, 9 times out of 10, the rest of my outfit is off. You know? So, but if I'm not in tune with my person, you follow me, that I'm with, I'm not going to say, if he says one part of my outfit is off, 9 times out of 10, there's a whole lot of other parts of my outfit that is off. He don't want to offend me.
So let's go back to, excuse me, Lee. Just go back to her initial statement was that it was a problem with the shirt, right? They didn't. You saw the outfit. The shirt was the problem, supposedly. She communicated that the shirt was the issue. So once he changed the shirt, there should not have been another part of the issue. Now, wait a minute,
If
Sonji.
you're frustrated,
wait a minute.
it's different.
Wait a minute, Sonji.
If you're logical,
Wait a minute,
but
Sonji.
you're frustrated.
Wait a minute, Sonji. She communicated that she did not like the shirt. We on our way out. She didn't say, let me look at your outfit. Let me see what the fit look like. Let me see what it do to see if it's all coordinated together. She specifically said that she didn't like the shirt. So he changes the shirt. He gets in the car. We're about to leave on our way to the destination. How you didn't see the shoes?
The point
How you didn't see the shoes?
The point that I was making is, you don't just change your shirt. You ask them about the whole entire outfit. It's like, no, I'm just saying, if you are in tune with your person, is what I'm saying. I'm saying if the person complained about the shirt, most people, if I say, Lee, okay, trying to bring you back in, Lee, I don't like the color of your shoes, right? And I know that you don't have another color shoes that match that outfit. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have to change that outfit. So you have to ask more questions. It's like, even though if the person is frustrated, like today, I put on this daggone outfit, and I was like, this look a little cougarish, right?
I disagree.
No, hear me out. It's not about agreeing or disagreeing. Oh, excuse me.
I'm disagreeing too.
I'm talking about the first time I put the outfit on. It was a little. I put something else on top of it that gave old lady vibes, right? So I said to Coyote, I said, "Ooh, I feel a little cougarish." I kicked my leg and said, I'm 50, because I felt like one of them 50-year-old people who try to dress young, right? And just overdid it and messed it up. So he said, yeah, that dude looked a little bad. So I took it off, right? But I really think he probably wanted me to change the whole outfit, but he didn't say anything. So all I'm saying is, sometimes you just gotta ask more questions or give a little bit more information when you're frustrated, because if the person is frustrated, they're not logical at that point. So you may have to ask more questions about a situation. That's all I'm saying. It's up to you and how you want to do your relationship. It's up to you what type of results you want to have. It's not a yes or a no. It's not a right or a wrong. At the end of the day, it's how you want to communicate with your mate and how much information you want to know when they're frustrated and how much you don't want to know. Now, me personally, I don't want to know nothing. But what you think, Lee?
Okay. Well, let me ask this question first before I get to the answer. Do you believe or would you agree that in a relationship, now in a productive, growing, fruitful relationship, do you agree that the man is the thermostat? We set the temperature. Do you agree with that?
And in what way? You mean in a
In every way.
conversation? You mean mentally?
No. I mean, in every way. Not necessarily saying that the man is the head. That's not what I'm saying. The man sets the temperature or the tone in their relationship. That's what I'm saying. Do you agree with that?
Personally, I think that whatever tone that you guys got set, if you're trying to keep the peace, he can govern that. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay, so that's what I'm saying. We are the thermostat. We set the temperature. We set the tone. Temperature is another word for this tone. We set the tone. So if the man did what you said in the first scenario, told you about this dress is not appropriate for church, it's for the minister there, and all that. He set that tone He made it very clear why that dress wasn't suitable and all that, and she complied. Now, flip it when she says, "Well, why do you wear that shirt? Why you wear them shoes?" She don't go into why she thinks he shouldn't wear it. She's just speaking on her frustration, whereas the man made it clear why he thinks that dress wasn't suitable.
Well, in both cases, nobody made anything clear, like I said, with the dress. But in your hypothetical situation, all I'm saying is on both sides, if a person did not make it clear, just ask more questions. Because just like if you was on your job and you believe that you were given an assignment that you already did and you're going to go and ask that manager, I did this assignment already. Is there a reason why I'm doing it again? He will tell you, oh, I lost it. Or you did do it again? You did it already? Where is it? And then we're located. So all I'm saying is ask more questions.
But see, that's where it has to differentiate.
Yeah.
Because see, if we try to treat our relationship as we do our job, there's going to be some problems.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying just ask
you're saying.
more questions to get the answers that you need.
I understand that, but what I'm saying that if a person initiates the comment or whatever, be more informative, that will draw more questions.
Right.
So
the lady in the first, the only reason why we're talking about this is because we're talking about the flip side of what was told in the beginning. And I'm going to go to the next clip. In the clip, the man clearly said, because you didn't hear it, Lee, clearly said she was clear and direct with her comments. And I'm saying on the opposite side, if you're dealing with a frustrated person, we said earlier, sometimes you can't even interrupt. But if they're giving you an order or trying to boss you around and they out of frustration, we're going to have a problem anyway. So you may have to ask more questions depending on your relationship. Or you just, going to wear your shirt or do whatever it is, and then y'all going to be still pissed off at each other. So I'm just saying, have the conversation, however the way you do it, in a peaceful manner, and that way you'll know more information. That's all I'm saying.
So let me ask this question.
And I'm about to go to the next clip.
Okay.
All right.
So she clearly stated that the shirt was the issue, hypothetically, right? She clearly stated that the shirt was not fit.
I was just being annoying. That's all. I was just taking my frustrations. When I talked about the shirt, I was just taking my frustrations out on him.
Right. So what would be the question? What would be the question? The question for him would be like, why you don't like the shirt? Or
he said it. What's the real problem?
Like,
yeah.
But
they said it.
My whole thing is, my thing is, if you said I didn't like the shirt and then I changed the shirt, why would I be asking more questions?
No, what I'm saying is he realized that, now this is all hypothetical.
Right.
So in your scenario, it's done.
Right.
You know what I mean? In my scenario, it was clear. I made it 100% clear that I was just picking on the brother.
Yeah. Basically.
Period. I'm talking about it ain't matching the set and all kind of stupid stuff. So now he looking at me like she done lost her complete mind. She's just venting, and something else happened today that got her upset, and she's deflected. But deflecting, in your case, in your scenario that you came up with, you said that it was the shirt, and you believe that's all it is the shirt.
I'm going to ask the question.
That's over with.
What's really going on with you?
Right, because I'm off the chain for no daggone reason. You know what I mean? And it definitely didn't have nothing to do with the shirt.
Yeah, we shouldn't be going out in public. You should stay home. Shoot. Because I'm confused.
I'm not going out with you.
I'm not going out with you. If you can't communicate effectively about what's really going on with you, I'm not going out with you in public. Because, again, you're going to take that same type of...
It's going to be with everything. You ordered chocolate ice cream.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If it's starting with a shirt... And then the shoes, and it's just the ongoing thing.
It is.
I'm not going outside with you like that.
That's
we gonna stay home.
And I don't care how much in tune you are with your partner.
Right. Communicate. Use your words.
you can't always figure them out.
Right.
No
That's
matter
what
how
I mean
tuned
by
you
being
are.
in tune is meaning asking more questions and
No.
just
Say
finding.
what you need to
you
say.
can
Yes.
ask a question.
She need to say
Say
what
what
she
you
need
need
to
to
What are
say.
you afraid of? What are you afraid of?
It's
you
not
can
the
ask
question.
a question.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, why don't you like my shirt? What's wrong with my shirt?
It may not be nothing specific
Crickets,
about no.
No,
It just
there's
not
no-
it's not a
I'm
good
talking about
fit.
I'm talking about in my scenario. Okay,
There's no mind readers.
my boy,
Right.
my man is gonna ask me
Use your words.
what is wrong. I told him what was wrong with the shirt, and they're like, "What's really wrong with this shirt?" All right, I'm gonna be honest. There's nothing wrong with your shirt. You didn't answer my text, and I'm pissed. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
What?
like you,
I'm
you
picking.
play
for-
too much.
Can
Why you playing games?
Can you
for?
fix that background? But the thing is like I don't do things like that. I'm just saying there are people sometimes they don't when they're frustrated. See, y'all still thinking a person is logical, like you said earlier, Lee. That if even men in their frustrations, they may be still logical. Women, when we're frustrated, and we could be logical too.
Well,
But it don't make no sense
You
if
just
they
made
just
up this whole
picking.
scenario, though.
It don't make no. You get that? That's not the right background. It don't make no sense if they picking. So if I'm picking, it's like, listen, I don't like. I know somebody that if they don't like colored hair, right?
We was just talking about that.
They don't like colored hair. So instead of them telling you that they don't like colored hair, they won't even look at you.
that might be me because I
We
don't
was
like colored hair.
Me and Derek was just having this conversation before the show started
They
about.
won't look at you. They won't give you no eye contact. It's
Me
retarded.
and Derek was just having this same conversation prior to the show about colored hair.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, are you upset that she doesn't draw and she doesn't color inside your lines and she's outside of the lines? Or what if she said that she didn't like your short haircut, wherever she preferred braids and dreads? Like, how do you attempt to make her change who she is just to suit your
Well, it's not
needs?
changing who she is. It's just that
It's not that serious.
when I look at
It's,
colored hair like that, like pink, yellow, green,
Yeah, some people don't
it's
like
something
that.
else going on with them.
what? What you mean?
There's something else
Why
going
does
on.
it have to be something else going with them? That's what they like.
Yeah, they like
That's
it,
just
but
like-
it's too many of them doing it. Like
He don't like
they
it.
following each
How
other.
do you feel? How do you know that?
Well,
From
let
what
me
I
just say
see,
this. Lee, what
they
you think
all
about
I'm doing
that?
the same
Let me
thing.
bring
It's
you
too,
in.
How do you
it's too
know
many
that?
similarities.
So
that's why.
so if you get dreads, if you start growing your hair to dreads tomorrow, are you following someone?
No.
Oh,
no,
why
no,
not?
No.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
I'm not.
Why not?
Because I'm doing it for me. I'm gonna
Okay,
do it for
so
me.
if she
a lot of them
decides-
do it for them.
No.
because
No. If she decides that she wants to change her hair to purple, it's football time. We're in Baltimore, Ravens. So again, it's football season, and she wants to change her hair to a purple to match her fit.
It's
But
not-
wait a minute, and it doesn't have anything to do with anything else outside of showing her home team support.
That's different.
No.
That's different. Yeah, that's different.
But
That is different.
she changed her
That is
hair.
different.
Wait a minute. Because you didn't ask why she changed her hair to purple or pink or yellow. Because again, it's pink. It's October. It's breast cancer month. Why can't she just be wearing her hair pink for breast
Because
cancer
he don't
month?
like it. He
Th-
don't
that's
like
what I'm
it.
saying.
He
Is it-
don't like it.
A lot of them is not doing it for that reason.
How do you know that?
Well,
because
How do you know
I-
that?
we don't
I
wanna,
seen
we
them.
don't wanna
No,
stay-
no,
we
no.
don't
I seen the
wanna
reason
be
why
stuck on
they
this
said they
subject.
like
I'm about
it.
to play the
How
next
do you
clip.
they
know
say they
that?
like it.
You
They
don't
don't
know
say
that.
it's about that.
That's what they said. They like it.
All right, guys, I'm about to play the next clip. When it comes to the what a person's preference is in a relationship, we gotta respect those boundaries. If they was met that way, you guys met up and the person had colored hair, I understand that, but I wouldn't want my man dyeing his beard purple, green, or anything like that and be around me looking like the Joker. But that's just me personally. You know what I mean? That's how I feel personal. But I wouldn't. I like to wear colored hair, but every time I wear colored hair, I don't get no attention. They just don't even look my way. If I put, do I want to deal with that?
But the thing about a preference, is there never has to be a reason behind it.
Thank you.
That's why it's called a preference.
So I'm about to play this next clip for you guys. Let me see. Let me make sure it's on the video. Let's see what I got
But I'm
here.
just saying it's a preference. It doesn't have to have. I like red.
All right, guys, we going to the next. We going to the next one. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get it sort of play on this thing so that Lee can hear it. All right. I'm trying to change this internet. All right, guys, we get ready to play the next clip. I'm gonna shut everybody's mics off. All right, the next clip. Let's see if it let me in. There we go.
Because you know you'll stay with a whore. You'll never know who you are. It's more comfortable for men for us not.
Wait a minute.
For us not to.
I'm trying to play it from the beginning.
That's what's hard.
There we go.
A good woman just because you know you'll stay with a whore because she'll never know who you are. It's more comfortable for men for us not to be known. That's why it's hard for us to stay down with good women. Because good women will look straight through you and say, "You sad, ain't you?" "No, baby, what you talking about? I'm good." A whore ain't never going to ask you how you feel because she don't care. And many of us like that because we don't care about ourselves, and it feels good to be around people who don't care either. Because when people care about you, it challenges you to get better. When they don't, you can be whoever the hell you want to be. We are in trouble in this world. Walk away from a good woman just because you know you'll stay with a whore because she'll never know who you are.
I'm replaying
It's more
it.
comfortable for men for us not to be known. That's why it's hard for us to stay down with good women. Because good women will look straight through you and say, "You sad, ain't you?" "No, baby, what you talking about? I'm good." A whore ain't never going to ask you how you feel because she don't care. And many of us like that because we don't care about ourselves, and it feels good to be around people who don't care either. Because when people care about you, it challenges you to get better. When they don't, you can be whoever the hell you want to be. We are in trouble in this world. Away from a good woman.
So, all right, I'm gonna broke the mics up. Okay, so pretty much he's saying that if you walk away from a good woman, you'll walk away from a good woman to stay with a woman that is, what do you call her?
A whore.
Yeah, I said, what?
He said what? And he said because she's not gonna challenge you because she's only there for one particular thing. She's not really worrying about your growth, but she's not gonna challenge you. So our season today is life challenge. Our season 4 is about life challenges, roles, responsibilities, and expectations. Right? So
Challenge is good.
right. So you would pick a woman that is not gonna challenge you.
Yeah.
So what do they mean by challenges from a man's perspective?
I listened to another clip recently, and a guy stated that he dates women who aren't as financially astute or have the means. He didn't say to control them, but it was implied. Like, she can't make a choice to do X, Y, and Z because she doesn't have the means. So
that makes her less of a person because she don't have any financials. Does she have any brains?
It doesn't. He wasn't looking at her for that. He wasn't looking at. He was specifically looking at how his needs were going to get met. And if he dated someone who was as equal of value in all facets of life, he couldn't basically manipulate. So the thing is, the guy said it, not me, that I do find that people sometimes, not all, because again, it's not a one size fit all kind of world that we try to put everybody in the same box. that doesn't even exist. That sometimes people do, and that's men and women. I'll just deal with him because he can do this,
And you can become
not because I really want to grow. I say it, but it's frightening. And what does growth really look like? So therefore, I get to stay here.
Okay, so
and you don't get to push me to become a better person. Whereas though if you have a woman or a man who is ambitious, tenacious, and forging a way to become better all the time, it can sometimes get intimidating.
So okay, I can respect that. Now,
I think
go ahead.
I think for some people, challenge and what's the other word you talking about? Challenge and I think some people get it mixed up when their partner's trying to challenge them.
Or you would say they're trying to influence them in a positive way.
Make
them a better person by challenging them. Like, people challenge me all the time. Like, say I'm a graphic designer, right? Instead of giving me something easy to do, they will give me something a little bit more challenging the next time they ask me to do something so that I can enhance my skills. But if they keep giving me the mediocre, easy flyer, oh, just slide the picture in there and do this. You don't have to do no cutouts. You don't have to do no blends. You don't have to search for no unique fonts. It's like you could just keep it simple, you know, like back in the day. Like, you got to keep up with the times, right? When it comes to your gifts and things like that. So it's the same with us, you know what I'm saying, as we grow as a couple. But go ahead, Lee. I think you said you wanted to say something.
Yeah. I have found over the past, I would say the past 20 years, I've found that so many times people say you want to be challenged to get better and all that. But I found that sometimes people are not mentally, emotionally, socially, economically capable to handle challenges. But if you want to come into their life to enhance them, that's a difference. Then the enhancement will prompt them to want to get better. So not everybody is equipped to be challenged, but everybody is equipped to be enhanced.
I get that, and it's all about how you want to accept the situation. I would say, like, for me, doing this whole podcast stuff was a challenge. I didn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do none of this. I didn't want to do no producing. I kind of thought that was interesting, trying to figure out concepts for shows. But as far as running the board and checking the mics and all this other stuff, I didn't want to do that. That was a challenge. That was something, it wasn't to enhance me. It was actually a challenge. It's like, listen, see if you can do
But
this.
see, I think that's different.
That's what I'm talking about. And that's what he was talking about, because you didn't hear the clip. But I'm saying, when it comes to challenges, he said that he picks women that are just, he said whores, which means they're strictly there for sex, right? They're not there to make you a better person. Like me, like Lee, you say you were working with your significant other, right? And you're setting up the sound, and they're saying, you know, I seen somebody else do the sound this way. That's a challenge. You're like, oh, you're going to accept it because of the type of person you are. You're going to be like, oh yeah, I know how to do that. Let me go get this chord. Let me go get that chord. And you accepted the challenge, and now you went to another level in her eyes, because she's seeing that, one, you're able to take the challenge, and you're able to accept it, and you're able to exceed and do even better than what she expected you to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about. And so if and say you're a truck driver, right? And you didn't have your CDLs, right? And your significant other comes to you and they're like, I heard that the people who have CDLs get paid more money, right? And you be like, oh, what? And you go and you get your CDL, right? But the guy that got the lady that's just there for sex, she's not doing no research. She's not trying to find out anything, like you said, to enhance or to make you guys better. But that's kind of like a challenge. Like, oh, I'm getting my CDL and I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna meet that, and I'm gonna exceed it. Anything that you give me, I'm gonna meet and exceed.
Here's the thing with that. Now, you okay, I'm see if I can use this analogy. There's a difference between a job and work. Now, we have a job to make our money and pay bills and all that, but then there's work. Your work is your calling. Your job is your income. So what you're saying, far as challenging, far as a job, knowing how to auto your engineer better, knowing how to become.
I'm using it as an example. It's just an example. It's just an example.
Right. I know
of a challenge.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, to me, when I hear challenge to make a person better, I'm not even referring to their skill or their job. I'm referring to their intellect, their emotions, their comprehension, all those things. That's what I'm talking about when I'm saying challenging. I want to come into your life to enhance your intellect, to enhance your comprehension, enhance all that. Then that enhancement will prompt you to want to be better intellectually, emotionally.
But that's your job as a man. But that's your job as a man. But the script that this guy is talking about is he's talking about women. He's talking about the level, and that's what you're supposed to do, and that's exactly how you challenge your significant other as a female. But he's talking about picking women that are not in any of those levels. They're very low levels of that, and we call it low value or whatever.
Low
I don't know, but they just there for sex. They're not there for nothing else. So it's like they'll pick an individual that he called a whore, right? And he don't want to pick a woman like T or pick a woman like me or a woman that is able to point out anything good, bad, or indifferent. It's other than you did very well in bed tonight, baby.
That's because I take it as he doesn't really want to grow, so he hasn't gotten to a position in life where as though he wants to move to that next thing, whatever that next thing is for him and his life and his lifestyle. So therefore, I'm going to keep it right here in that comfort zone where it's easy, complacent, where I don't have to put any work into it. He knows that if he has to deal with a T, he got to put in some work. And I'm not talking about financially. He got to put that work into himself. He got to heal himself. He got to work through whatever parts of him that he's literally trying to mask or forget about.
Right. And you'll mess around and say you do have a T. You'll lose a T.
Oh, yeah, I'm gone.
You'll lose a T. You're going to lose a T because T going to go back to school.
Yeah, absolutely.
You need to go back to school.
Right.
Stop playing around and thinking that just like the example Lee said was perfect, because how are you going to elevate her if she's constantly elevating herself?
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's a challenge. If she goes back to school, doesn't mean you have to go back to school, but you're going to have to elevate yourself some kind of way
right.
to show progression.
Right.
And then I wanted to comment back on, and I'll let you go, Majestic Ra. Y'all know I like to say funny stuff, right? So why Lee try and make a whole housewife like?
Right. Listen. So I wanted to say that. I wanted to say you want to make a whole housewife. That's just like you can't make the community husband. But at the same token, right?
Because a leopard can change his spots. That's why.
When
But guess what, Lee?
I don't know about
It's
that
hard
one.
for you to not do it because that's in you. It's hard for you. I've seen people try to teach, and it be the dumbest stuff they try and teach you.
the old dog,
It could be something as stupid as, let me show you how to roll this joint. Like, yo, what is going on? Like, you gotta show me. Let me show you how to strike this match. Like, they only gonna teach you the level of where they at, right?
where they are.
But they still gonna teach you. So Lee is right. He's still gonna teach her regardless. He's still gonna try to elevate it. He's still gonna try to do those things to enhance her intellect and things like that. But the thing is she be like the girl in Hustle and Flow talking about, I want a job too.
And he put her to work too. He put her to work. She got out there.
You in charge. I'm in charge.
Yeah, it doesn't.
She did her thing though,
It
but
doesn't balance
I
out,
don't
and
know.
it keeps a lot of friction inside of whatever situation they have going on. Because again, hopefully they dating for a purpose if they not already married. And where do they see themselves the next 10, 15 years? Like, it doesn't make sense to even put yourself in a situation like that, because overall relationships are long-term investments. So
let me ask you this, T.
So if it's
I like
going to
the
be an
long-term
asset
thing.
or liability.
Let me ask you. Yep, I like that. Let me ask you this in response to what you're saying. You said something. I wrote it down because I didn't want to interrupt. You said that he does not want to grow.
He don't.
Now, say you're in a relationship, right? Is it only supposed? And I'm gonna ask all you guys. Is it? We're all supposed to enhance each other. Is it only supposed to be one side?
No. And that's what happens when we're not growing together, and it doesn't have to be big outlandish growth, but if we're not growing together and moving as one or together, whatever the small goal or objective is, it becomes mundane, and again, somebody is going to surpass the other one, because it could be the man that got more. It could be the man that had all the ambition and drive and things of that nature in a relationship, and he trying to get her to, come on, girl, go back to school, do this, do that, do this. Stop going outside shopping. Stop going outside drinking with your homegirls or want to take all these day parties and trips. Like, just lock in for 30 days. And she got a girlfriend calling her every Monday night. It's ladies' night. Let's go. Where you at? Happy hour starts such and such. So, again, it works tenfold.
But you know what I found out, though? We're in the state of Maryland, right?
Yes.
And Lee, you're in D.C. We the hustling women here and men got so many different hustles and so many different skills. So, but then when you got one that you know for a fact is not doing anything, and you're going to have a hard time trying to push them into being something that they're not, you know?
Yep.
So at the end of the day, you're going to invest a whole lot into that person for somebody else. And why do you want to do that?
And not only that, it stops you from getting to the goal or the objective that you set for yourself. So, mind you, I'm trying to pull Dirk. Come on, Dirk. Come on, Dirk. Come on, Dirk. Dirk don't want to move. So, I'm trying to pick him up and move him and move him and move him along.
Dirk,
and
we picked on you with the shirt.
He know it's all love.
Listen,
and
That's
I'm
right.
like,
Uncle Sheldon, where you at, Uncle Sheldon?
right. So now I gotta leave. The last time Dirk decided he don't want to run the race, he gotta get left, because again, at the end of the day, you're stealing the person's time. You're a thief. You're
we
a
shouldn't
time
be
thief.
racing.
You're a time
Why we
thief.
got a race though?
Well, nobody's
I'm
getting left
talking about-
behind. No
listen.
one's left behind. No, go ahead.
But again, people will try to make it seem like, oh, because you not standing the struggle, that is something wrong with you. I don't want no struggle love. Like, I'm not gonna keep trying to convince you that you need to drink more water, exercise, eat right, not go out and drink 3 days a week to be a better person or what have you. You don't want to do it. And at some point, you got to understand that that's not what they want to do.
You
want to do that. You want the best for them, but they're not there yet. So why keep trying to pull it along?
I agree, but that goes back to the rebound thing. We said no rebounds. So if they don't got their stuff together, there's no need of you even trying to get into a relationship with that person.
With somebody.
Like out of everything we said, as far as challenge and change, like a person don't want you to. Some people don't want you to challenge them because they feel like you're trying to change them.
Right. And it's a competition versus a collaboration. So the collaboration is, if we make these small changes right now, we can kick our feet up in 5 years.
Right.
Versus, oh, she making me do that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Not looking at the long haul, not looking at the return on the investment, not looking at the assets that you gain. You looking at the liabilities.
So let me ask you this. I'm gonna bring Lee back in. Lee, even though we're using the word challenging because that's a part of our season, life challenges, roles, responsibilities, and expectations, right? That's our season. Piggybacking off of what Majestic Garage said, and then I'll go to what T said. The challenges or changes, right? When you get into a relationship, is that part of your expectations?
Well, for me, I have learned, and I kind of want to change that, but for years I have said, no expectations, no disappointment. Meaning that if I don't expect nothing from you, you don't have the room to disappoint me.
Yeah.
But then I've learned in a relationship, there is automatic expectation. It's automatic. It's not even something, you don't even have to speak it out. It's just automatic. So with that, also, sometimes people are so much in their comfort zone, they're afraid to move out of it.
Yes.
And so when you even just the phantom thought of getting out of your comfort zone because you don't know what's behind curtain number 1 or 2 or 3, you ain't gonna risk it. You're gonna stay right there in your comfort zone. There is never, and I repeat this, and this Bible is based. There is never growth in
your comfort zone.
No, it's not.
Never.
Right.
So never. I'm piggybacking off of that. It's never
ahead,
growth.
Finish what you were saying. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
So
Lee.
when you find yourself dealing with someone that only wants to be comfortable in life, find out where their comfort zone is. Now, there should be 3 levels: comfort zone, then the next step, uncomfortable zone, and then the third step, a greater comfort zone.
So let me ask you this. Go ahead. But let me ask you this. With the dang it, I had to write down everything because you guys be moving so fast. With the comfort zone, and the uncomfort zone. Give me an example. I'm gonna give you my example, and I'm gonna give you guys an example of a change that you made entering into a relationship based on an example of another of your significant other. Mine is when I first came into a relationship. It could have been about 7 years ago. I used to eat bacon, right? Now I was told about. I'm talking about bacon lovers. Like I love bacon. I love the smell of bacon. All of that, right? This was a major change for me, right? And so I didn't eat it because every time we would go out to eat, I would want to order it, but I knew that it would offend that person, right? So in my heart and soul, I don't want to offend anybody, that is not eating something and say they can't eat it. I'm not going to put it in their face. It's like an abomination to them, right? And their beliefs. So I had to, I would say, sacrifice because I was a bacon lover. But then I didn't want it. You follow me? So I made a major change because of it. And then I've educated myself based on that person's example and some of the things they told me about it. I had to research it, right? So I researched it. saw in the Bible, saw in the Quran, saw in as far as what they was doing to these animals. And long story short, I said, okay, I'm not eating it no more, right? I love pepperoni too. I had to let all of that go. That was a major change for me in my health, right? But I made that decision on my own based on an example that another individual or the significant other presented to me in a way. Listen, this is not good for you, but you know, you can do your research. I'm gonna show you where to go. But you can't eat it around me. And then I wanted to be around that person, so I couldn't
So you
eat it.
did the 3 steps. You did the 3-step comfort. You were comfortable eating it, and then you became uncomfortable trying not to do it and to respect the other person. And then you got to that greater comfort, whereas you found that it's better for your body to not eat it.
Right, and I had to educate myself. That person forced me to educate myself because I'm the type of person that is not going to just go by what I hear. I got to research it. So now I could have just took their word for it, even though I knew it was true. But I wanted to research it even more, so the next time somebody asks me, "Why you not eating that?" I can actually give that information. Because sometimes it don't go by. I might not be able to remember every word that person said, but I will remember what I study. So Majestic Raw, is there something that you changed becoming into a relationship that either was natural or uncomfortable? It doesn't matter, but was it something that you changed that you can share?
I wouldn't say particular. I wouldn't say one particular relationship, but like after dealing with so many women, I learned to stop chasing.
Very interesting.
That did teach me a lesson to stop chasing, because I was chasing women at a point in time, and I had to learn from that. Yeah.
And you learned from the relationship itself. That there's something that the women taught you. They had to tell you something.
Well, we wasn't in a long-term relationship. It was like I liked them, but it wasn't mutual like that.
So she taught you by letting you know that.
Yeah, it not just her. It took several women for me to learn that.
Damn.
Several, not a lot, but several.
I know what it was.
So many years
Lee.
ago.
I got
So
a question for you,
I
too,
know
brother.
what it was, Lee. I know what it was. It was that shirt.
okay, the shirt.
It ain't nothing wrong with that shirt, y'all. I'm just playing.
I got a question for you, brother. I got a question for you. Do you think that you were chasing women or were you pursuing women? Now, there's a big difference.
Well, I was pursuing them, but they looked at it as chasing, the way they responded back, like I was chasing them.
Okay.
You know, I could tell through their attitude, like they was coming off like, oh, he's chasing me, so I'm a, you know, they took advantage of that, and I had to learn from that.
Yeah. You see, some people don't realize there's a difference between chasing and pursuing. So when you're chasing just to conquer them. To conquer them. Because I guess that's men's nature. Chase women and conquer as many as they can.
Conquer,
But
okay.
but when you are pursuing with a purpose, a right
Right.
and a fruitful purpose. So there's a difference between pursuing and chasing.
And I learned that I didn't have to chase no more, because
That's right.
they came
That's
to
right.
me.
Oh wow, and you know what? That's slick, because it's like when you lay back and you don't look like. I mean, you can just carry it like you're in a relationship, you know, because you don't have that
Desperation.
My older
That
sister
desperation.
my older sister told me this. My older sister told me, she said, anytime you want a woman, act like you don't want her. I'm like, wow.
Well, you know, I can agree with that to an extent, but you can lose out too if you're doing a lot of acting. If you're doing a lot of acting, you
But
can
you got-
actually lose out.
Yeah.
Right.
But you don't
gotta
want
know
that.
how to. Right.
Well, you're an actor, so we don't want to hear. No, I'm just playing.
Right.
But it's like in your mind, if you believe, because technically, if you want to go biblical, you're not really single because you're supposed to be giving your life to God at that point. So if you gave your life to God and you're waiting for God to send you this mate and you preparing yourself, you're gonna attract that person. You follow me?
Yeah.
It's like it's a law of attraction. But if you desperate, you don't know what you're gonna attract, and you don't really want that
I
in
did
your.
that in
You
my
don't want that
20s.
and I
So-
agree. I know
so I
you're
didn't
not
know no
doing
better.
it. Yeah, I know you're not doing it anymore. I mean, I don't even sense any of that. I've never sensed that as long as I've known you from you. So I know that had to be when you were really young.
Yeah.
You like what Lee's saying. It's like you so laid back. The woman will probably not even know that you like them, and it kind of like will make you miss out sometimes. So you gotta do the pursuing
that may be
in
true
some
to a
sort of way.
degree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it.
You too laid back. You gotta pursue somewhere because the next thing you know, your buddy done got it. You're like, how did I would have got with you, but you act like you was good.
Right. right.
But it's funny to me when women act like that too, though.
What, laid back?
Yes.
And don't.
Yes.
Yeah, that's because they got about 3.
That could be true. Yep. That could be true.
They weighing their options. I'm like, okay, I'm building a man like Build a Bear. Let me see him.
See?
This one got all the qualities. I can let these two go and get and pursue this one as long as he got it together. You know what I mean?
See?
He ain't on no rebound, and he not, like you said, chasing. But you got a little checklist, and you just be like, okay, he fits all the bills. Do you like me? Check yes. We go together now.
Right.
Check the yes or no box. Yeah.
Be like, look at this. I did not want to be in no relationship. How in the world did this happen? This chick done gave me a little piece of paper talking about, do you like me? Check less.
That remind me, I bought this girl ice cream. I think I was like maybe 15. And she wrote me a letter like what you just said. She thought I liked her because I bought her ice cream during her break. So, I'm like,
So let me.
I don't
when
know.
he
I
said
would think
that,
you
listen,
like me too if you
so-
brought me some ice cream.
So being in that elementary, middle school grade year, I came home from school. This boy one particular time gave me a trinket or something, and I ran home. I told my dad, it's like, hey, Dad, look, showing him like, oh, look at this. Such and such gave me this. He gonna say, what you giving him?
ooh.
So, of course, I had to give it back because I'm like, what do you mean?
Daddy,
So-
stop playing. I want
Right,
to. Why can't I accept this trinket?
Right. So mind you
Messing it
trying
up
to
for
give
everybody.
giving her that ice cream was what did you want in return?
I was just being nice, actually.
Do you want her to have the ice cream, or did
Yeah,
you want her
yeah.
to lick the pop?
You just gonna buy ice cream for anybody?
Then
It's
listen,
just
right.
ice cream.
Wait a minute.
Listen,
What you say,
listen,
T? What
Did you give her ice cream because you wanted her to have it, or you just want her to lick the pop? What part?
Maybe I wanted both.
Thank you. Because there was an intention there. That, listen,
Actually,
I
I
learned.
just wanted her to have the ice
No,
cream.
listen, I
We
learned
not
early
listening to
on.
none of that. That's phony.
I learned early on.
That's phony.
I learned early on reciprocity. So again, equal give and take. So it
Yeah,
ain't.
matter
It
of fact,
ain't.
let's go to the next clip since
We
you
don't
said
got that much time, Sonji, to go to reciprocity.
No, we're gonna let it go. We're gonna play the clip.
But at the same token, my dad taught me then,
You can
as a
become
young girl,
a completely.
Wait a minute. Go ahead.
that it's a even exchange, not tick for tack, but he is pursuing something. He wants something.
All right, so I'm about to play your clip, and then we get ready to like get up out of here. What happened to it?
Listen to me. Sometimes people can't reciprocate because they can't give you what they
don't
can't give
have.
themselves. They can't. I just want you to know that it's not you. Because those that are at war with themselves will never be able to bring you peace. They won't. And those people that betray themselves will never be able to bring you loyalty. They won't. Oh, and those people that they're always lying to themselves, they'll never be able to bring you honesty. Nope, won't be able to do it. You didn't get nothing else out of this video. All that I want you to take with you is to simply see them as they are, not who you wish them to be. Straight up.
Yo, say straight
So
up.
that was going to be my thing. What I learned in my relationships: put people who they are, not what you want them to be. Because again, you talking about comfort zone, complacency, moving. Because again, challenges and all that. Life changes regardless. We didn't think that we was going to be using these cell phones 10 years ago the way that we use them. We sitting on these podcasts the way we are. Like, we didn't think COVID. So if you don't pivot in life and challenge yourself to grow as a human being, you get left behind. And you get what the other people leave. And people don't understand that. You get what T left. Because that's the scraps. Because I don't want it.
Right. And I get that, because that's a good closing statement. I do want. I'm a little unclear of some of the stuff he said. Now, I get the lie. If you lie to yourself, that you're not going to be truthful to anybody. I get that one. And it said if you betray yourself, you're not going to be loyal. So, what's an example? And I'm gonna ask you guys about that. I know the lie one is easy, but give me an example of betraying yourself. Let's go with Lee first.
I'm not quite understanding what your question is. Betraying yourself?
Yeah, he said that if you betray yourself, you would never be able to be loyal to anyone, right? But what's an example of betraying yourself?
Not showing up for yourself when you're supposed to. So if you say, I'm going to the gym at 9 o'clock on Tuesday every week, or I'm going to meal prep, and you don't do those things, you're betraying yourself, because again, you're not showing up for you. So how do you get to show up for someone else?
All right, and Lee?
That's basically it.
No, I need to hear your version of it. That's why I asked you first.
Just simply lying to yourself about yourself.
Well,
you know who you are. You lie to yourself. So when you're outside of to thy own self to be true, that means that you're going to tell your own self all kind of lies, and you're going to start believing the lies that you're telling yourself about yourself.
Okay, so that's good for the both of those is good. What about you, Majestic Rod? You can either take betraying yourself or warring with yourself.
Warring with yourself?
Because he said that one. He was like, let me go back to it real quick, so I can get it real quick, because we gotta get ready to go. I'm gonna put that on again. That first part I think I wrote it down. Matter of fact, let's see. War with themselves.
Yeah, you can war with yourself.
Wait a minute. Let me play it one more time. I want to hear the first part again.
Hey, listen to me. Sometimes people can't reciprocate because they can't give you what they can't give themselves. They can't. I just want you to know that it's not you. Because those that are at war with themselves will never be able to bring you peace.
That's it, right there. They won't be able to bring you peace because they're at war with themselves. What's an example of a person being at war with themselves?
They know they need to change their diet, and they keep on eating the same crap that they know they're not supposed to be eating. Okay. And they keep going back and forth with that when they know they just need to cut it out.
All right, and that's a good example. But when it comes to peace, this is what comes to my mind. If I ask the person, I'm like, how do you sleep? Do you sleep at night? Do you get a good rest? What's going on while you're asleep? Do you get peace while you're asleep? And they tell me, no. I'm like, well, why aren't you sleeping? Why are you I'm having nightmares. What is really going on? There's a war going on somewhere, right? And I'm like, well, give me some details. What's your dreams about? And they tell you different things. Or what's going on inside your head? It's like, do you have a lot of things going on inside your head at one time? Do you have, and you could even go as far as this, do you have peace? Is there any time during your life, during your day, do you feel like you're at peace? Even when you're praying, do you feel like you're at peace? And they're telling you they don't. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I think when a person is at war with themselves, first you got to break it down. Okay, war. It takes two or more people or entities or departments or whatever. So when you're at war with yourself, you're either your spirit man and your carnal man is battling each other. The spirit man know the right thing, the right thing to do, but then your carnal man is just want to do whatever it wants to do. So you're battling.
It's true. It's like you got a double mind.
I was going to say double minded.
But you got a double mind. A double minded man is unstable in all his ways. But you can see that they at war themselves by exactly what we just said. But say they're good at disguising it. There's ways of being able to find out. Now, if somebody asks me how I sleep like I'm in paradise, son. So I'm in peace with myself. But I sleep too much. I'm like, I don't want to wake up. That's just how much I'm like. But so my issue is not sleep. My issue is when I wake up. Like, you know.
I think that a person can be at peace with themselves and still not have good sleep because it's outside issues.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying to you is
concern.
that's still a disconnect somewhere. Even though I'm talking about every night that you don't get no sleep and you're having nightmares about, you hear, it's like you just ask the person.
It's no
right?
rest for the wicked.
Right. That's the point that I'm making. That's an example of warring with yourself because you're dealing, and some people have those issues because of some stuff that they did in the past that they know is going to come back and haunt them.
Issues.
Like for a person that's been in the army,
Unresolved
went
issue.
through all of that in the army. 9 times out of 10, a lot of them can't sleep because of what they went through.
So are they going to
And
bring
they
you
have
peace?
nightmares.
PTSD.
So how are they going to bring you peace? They're going to bring you
Right.
hell.
And they have a hard time keeping partners that way too because of
That's
them
exactly
going
it.
through that. Yeah.
So that's a good example. So I appreciate those examples. I know we get ready to run out of time. So we did go over that, and we went over the lies. We went over the betrayal. Now the betrayal part is a little tricky. Because it says that person will never be loyal because they betray themselves.
Absolutely.
And that's so funny because I told y'all I want to do a T-shirt that says "No rebounds," right? As for Majestic Raw, and then we said we was going to do a T-shirt that says something about your pickers off, right? And that was for T. I got another one for T, y'all. Betrayal. That's a you problem.
That's a you problem. Everybody know that's a you problem.
That's a you problem.
That's a you
Yeah.
problem.
This is time I'm going
That'd be a good shirt.
And
right
people,
there.
they
I don't
get
think I never
upset when
seen
I
that
say
shirt.
that. Like, they
I
get
said I'm
so
gonna create it.
Right, they get so
Yeah.
upset with me when I said that, and I said it a lie. Like, that's a you problem. Because again, you at war with yourself, and you trying to bring your war to bring somebody else's peace, break somebody else's peace, and it's a you problem. And mind you, sometimes I was just look and say, okay, that's a you problem, and walk away because again, my mind is not wired that way. Like, it's not wired to sustain other people's problems. Like, that's your problem. Go seek help.
In this particular instance, Lee and Majestic Rod and T, she's definitely on point with the you problem with this whole thing that he was talking about with the reciprocity. Did I say it right?
Yeah, reciprocity. That's just one of my favorite.
They cannot give you what they don't have. And that was his point. They
you want JoJo to show up. JoJo can't show up for you, baby. I'm sorry.
Who's JoJo?
Because that's not being mutual with each other.
JoJo is the one that lied to herself.
Yeah.
That says, I'm not an alcoholic.
JoJo can't show up for you. Charlene can't show up for you. Like, she can't. She don't know how to. But again, we expect people to be a certain way because they at these certain ages in life, and maturity and age are not the same, and mental health is definitely real.
Gotcha. So my closing remarks.
Let's take to that.
Yeah.
My closing remarks is what did I say today was Monday? It was no rebounds, right? What was I saying? No rebounds. Monday and
challenges.
You said warm cuddle, something like that.
Cuffing season.
Yeah.
Don't pick no rebounds, guys. If y'all try,
no rebounds.
You just out just grabbing anything, right? Just to stay warm. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to get back with your ex and your pickers off. Don't pick me.
You do better by getting a teddy bear or something.
Some situation in the
body
winter
pillow.
time, and then
Get
in
a body
summertime.
pillow.
Get the body pillow. It's okay.
Everybody breaking up.
Blanket.
Everybody breaking up in the summertime. I'm punching people in the face. I'm telling you right now. Don't try to get close to me during the wintertime.
No, they break up during the holiday.
or the summertime, like spring, you all want to be brand new. I'm punching people in the face.
This is it.
That's what got around Christmas
That's
time to
war
save
with
money
myself. I'm at war.
Right, because I don't want to buy you no gift. I don't got
too.
it.
Man, they don't even,
Oh.
man, please, their gifts is what they say. They tie a bow on it and be swinging, doing that little stupid dance.
This is it. This is it. This is it.
What is this dance? Like, sit down. Look. Majestic Rod don't even know about the little dance. You know the dance, don't you, Majestic
No,
Rod?
I don't know about that.
It's some dance where the guys is doing something weird to the bottom part of their body.
This is
looking
it.
like they shaking gray sweatpants. The gray sweatpants that sit down.
I don't know
for
nothing
real.
about that.
Listen, don't put a bow on it.
I
I
don't know
want
about
a
that,
real-
but you got me tickled.
I
though,
want a
with that.
real gift. What you got to say, Majestic?
Hey, look, why I'm laughing so hard because I've done it.
Oh my!
Oh wow, that's crazy.
That's wrong. We gotta bring you on next week, Lee. We gotta bring you on the video the next time. So
Lee,
when
you
see
showing
you,
up
'cause
at
you
somebody's
laughing too
doorstep
hard,
like that?
dancing.
Oh my God.
They put a
It
bow
was
on
my
it.
woman,
Yo.
you know.
They
It was
put a
with my
bow on
woman,
it.
so you know. Like,
They be telling us to get out of here with that stale stuff. Like, come on, you won't get me a gift, and it better not be
here's
no
what
socks.
I told her, I said, baby, this is your 185 pounds of chocolate. Here you go.
That's it. That's it.
I did that
no.
just already.
We out.
We are definitely
we are outta here.
peace.
Peace, guys.
The end.
One